Welcome to Brett Sparnon. He's the captain of the Golden Grove Football Club. He's our featured club legend of the week. Tell us a little about your footy career, mate, and where you started, and now you're captain of Golden Grove and everywhere in between.
Yeah, definitely. So I got to Golden Grove in 2007, way back when we were in Div 6, and essentially spent the next 10 years there to get us now to 2017. Before that, all my junior footy was at Modbury, and then went through the grades at North Adelaide in 17s and 19s. So it was Ashley Mitchell, who was ex-Modbury coach, got the gig at Golden Grove way back when, and he coaxed me across once I was done with having a crack at SANFL footy. And it's just been a slow and steady build for us. Won a flag in Div 5 with the boys, and then another one a couple of years ago in Div 4. So it's been an awesome journey to be on, to now be in Division 3, playing good football, and hopefully finishing this season off well and seeing some Division 2 footy next year. In terms of captaining the club, this is the first year as A-grade captain. I've been in the leadership group for a long while, and then personally I missed all of last year with an ACL, came back from that, so just finding my feet again, reconsolidating my spot in the side, and just doing my best to lead the group, get the off-field stuff right, and the on-field stuff will follow.
So you played at Modbury all your junior career?
Oh, very young, I think under 8. So I lived in Prospect and played my first ever season of footy at Fitzroy, but we moved out to Golden Grove after that. So I was almost a Golden Grove junior when we moved out that way, but they had that many kids, they couldn't guarantee me a game every week. So we went over to Modbury, and I think I played there from under 9s onwards, and played out there, won a couple of premierships underage, and better part of 150 games as a junior at Modbury. But
went to North and under
17s and 19s, trained with the 2s a bit, wasn't good enough to crack league. But yeah, played with Dave Tiller. He was the coach of the 17s when I was there, and then Greg Edwards. We won a flag as under 19s under Greg. So that was a really good experience. He was exposed to high quality coaching, high quality football. I just wasn't good enough to make the grade as a league footballer, and then found home at Golden Grove.
Yeah, so you've been there. How have you found the captaincy? Has that impacted on your game at all? Or?
Look, I don't think so. Not necessarily.
Do you try to help your teammates more these days as the captain? Do you feel that responsibility?
I think that's always been part of my personality, just generally. Just trying to be a good leader and make the people around you better as well, and hopefully leave a good legacy and leave the place better than what you found it. I'm always really vocal on the field, and if I can use that as a skill to bring more people in the game, grow them, mentor them, I think we're going to be better as a club. So I don't think that has necessarily affected my game this year now that I've got the official title, because it's just something that I've already done. And when Scotty Peterson, our old A-grade captain, retired, it was sort of just a natural progression for me and an involvement, an evolution in the leadership group for me to move into that role.
And a tough gig after the ACL, that's 12 months out of the game?
Yeah, 12 months. I suppose, not that there's ever a good time to do it, but I did it in February last year, so I missed all of last season and then did a full pre-season.
Was it a full recon or last?
Yeah, full recon. Did the full one, so I did the hamstring graft. Rehab was perfect up until our first trial up in Edithburgh, and then the hammy went pop. So I missed the first couple of games of the seasons, but doing a hammy post-ACL is a pretty common injury to do. So nursed my way through that. I think I came back and played my first ever game of B-grade footy against Westminster in round 3, and then back in the A's after that. I think it's pretty common, but people say it almost takes like a full 12 months again before you really hit your strides.
Just mentally.
Yeah, getting confidence in the body, just picking the speed up again, and confidence in yourself and your footy. So
you find it's hard running not in straight lines at that turning or anything?
No, not really. I've always been pretty astute and pretty on top of my fitness stuff. My background in my work is I'm in exercise and sports science, so I looked after a lot of my own rehab and was pretty fastidious with everything. So knew the protocols, knew what I had to do, looked after the strength and conditioning stuff and the fitness stuff really well. So the confidence is there in the knee, there in the mod.
Just that mentally, that first year, it takes a little bit to get over.
Yeah, exactly right. It's picking up the speed of the game. It's feeling a little bit out of it, but we're at the back end of the season now. I feel like my footy's getting better week by week. Like I said, played probably my best game for the year yesterday. So just keep building for finals.
And you're on the cusp of some pretty good things out at Golden Grove, so you might be the captain to lead for the next 3 or 4 years, maybe? Get a tenure on yourself as captain?
We'll see. I turned 30 in November, so there's no no idea when the career will finish yet, but as long as the body's feeling good and as long as I feel like I'm
Keep
contributing,
playing.
exactly right. But no, you're right, we're on the cusp of some good things. We've got a really good batch of young kids coming through. So yeah, I suppose my job and my role is, as a leader, as a player at the club, is to groom the next crop. So hopefully those guys are playing Division 1, Division 2 football eventually. And like I said, it's been a journey. I got there when we were Division 6 to get us to this point, and we had a huge junior base and a huge junior club, and we want to give those kids, the next generation, the best opportunity to play really high grade football and I suppose cement ourselves where we feel we should be amongst the amateur league or the Adelaide Footy League.
You got 500 or 600 juniors out there, haven't you?
Yeah, it's huge. I don't know whether we've officially overtaken Tea Tree Gully yet, but I reckon we're getting pretty close. I think this is the first year ever we actually put a cap on it midway through the year. We just couldn't take any more kids.
So you wouldn't have the ovals, you've got the 2 ovals.
We've got the 2 ovals, but even still, just the foot traffic that gets throughout the year is
massive.
great. It's massive. But the other great thing is having the women's sides this year as well. So we've had the senior women's and under 18 women's, and then the girls. I think we've got 16s, 14s, and 12s. So it really is a big club, but we've always had the emphasis on it being one club. It's not a junior club and a senior club. We're all in together. Yep. The senior boys make sure they go out and they take a couple of junior training sessions throughout the year, and we run the mini league at home games and get the young kids in the room to sing the song with us if we win. So just that one club vibe is what we've always been about, because we know that they're the future. Hopefully create a good legacy and leave a better future for them if we do the right things now.
Yeah, it's a growing area. It's a massive area, and sides, since the salary cap, well, maybe not the salary cap, certainly the point system have come in, that clubs have to really nurture their juniors to come through.
And that's always been a philosophy of ours. I think if you look across, whether it be country footy or the entire Adelaide Footy League, there's really high quality Golden Grove footballers dotted all over the place. So we haven't been about spending big money and getting big names to the club. It's want to harvest that junior talent and get Golden Grove people back. If you get Golden Grove people back, they're the ones that are invested in the culture, invested in the journey. They bleed for the jumper, and that sets up a really good platform, a really good base, and then add good talent here and there.
Yeah, there's a few playing AFL footy at the moment, and then
exactly
in A1 you got Johnny Birkin and Matty Stanton,
Brock
and
Castry, and Jake Huggard, and then Johnny Boxer's out at Freeling, and he's on the Crows top up list, and a couple more. Shane Edwards played his 200th game for Richmond yesterday. You've got the Mental boys and Trent Gimont, and fingers crossed Lockie Pascoe finishes off the season well at Norwood, and he sees himself an AFL jumper at the end of the year as well. He's got pretty big raps on him. So yeah, for how old the club is, we've got pretty good AFL representation and SAFL representation.
Edwards, the 200 games, that was a fantastic.
Snuck up
Richmond
quickly. I played with Shane coming through North Adelaide. We used to go to training together. He went to school out of Golden Grove High School. He's just a ripper lad and perfect example of just head down, bum up, work hard. He got himself into that Richmond system, and I know Damien Hartwood just loves him for that work ethic and his tackling and all the rest. So yeah, super proud to be able to call him a Golden Grove boy. Yeah,
well, you've got to have a really big future out there, and well done. Good luck with that. Thanks,
Cheers.
Brett.